Good morning, everybody. Hi, Sarah. Hi, Trish. And hi, Tish. Good morning. And to anyone else who joins us later, watches later on YouTube, thank you for coming along as well. All right. So, once again, we're out on my balcony. It's before sunrise and still dark. And it's looking like it's going to be quite a nice day today. Um, what have we been up to? Well, yesterday I I went off to the Botanic Gardens, and it's absolutely gorgeous. And there's no signal, so I caught a bus to Hi Claire. So I caught a bus to as far as I could take it, and then I took a grab, which, as you probably all know by now. Hi Joanne, lovely to see you. So I took a grab, which is like an Uber, and went up to the botanical gardens, tropical botanical gardens, completely different to everything else that you're probably accustomed to, um, but absolutely wonderful. So I'm going to go back next week, and I'm going to do a recording of that because there is absolutely no signal there at all, which is a real shame because it would have been lovely to take you through live. So what else have we been up to? I think I mentioned that we went up to the top of Penang Hill, and that was beautiful. It was much cooler up there, very pleasant. It's about 800 meters altitude, so you go up quite suddenly from sea level up on a funicular train at that angle, that angle. Up to the top of Penang Hill, and then there's a walkway up there. And that's right, I did mention because it's where one of the segments of Amazing Race, the last season, was filmed as well. So that was very cool. I took some footage from that, and I'll be working on that and hopefully bringing that to you before we leave Penang, which is a week from tomorrow. And then we're back to Kuala Lumpur for what is it? 4 nights, I think. 3 nights or 4 nights? Might be 3 nights. Back to Kuala Lumpur for a few days before we fly over to Vietnam. So a week from tomorrow, we'll be in Kuala Lumpur, and then a few days later, we'll be in Vietnam. Whole new country for another following 10 weeks. Hi, Jay. Lovely to see you. Thanks for joining me. And so it's just a minute to go. What's today going to be about? Well, it's part two. It's part two of the temple series. Absolutely gorgeous, really stupendous. These temples are mind-blowing. The amount of gold leaf that's in these, just between these two temples, is quite incredible. And it was fantastic that they were right across the road from each other. So I went into the one, and we saw that 2 days ago, the Thai Buddha Temple. And today, Jay, maybe, yes, I'm talking to Hoi. In actual fact, I'm staying. He says I'm 4 minutes. He says I'm 4 minutes away from where he is. So, but I don't want to spoil too many surprises. I'm trying to keep you in suspense about some aspects. Hi, Matt. Hi, Matthew. Great to see you. All right. So, yes, off to the Burmese Buddha Temple. And as I was saying, they're right across the road from each other. So 2 days ago, I brought you the footage from the Thai Buddha Temple, and then right across the road was the Burmese Buddha Temple. And I saw them both on the same morning. So what I'm bringing to you today is the footage from the Burmese Buddha Temple. All right, who else joined? I think I saw Michelle. Hi, Michelle, great to see you. And yep, I think I've got everybody now. And so why don't we get started? The Burmese Buddha Temple came about in the same way as the Thai Buddha Temple did. So in the late 1700s, land was set aside by Queen Victoria for the Siamese and Burmese communities in Penang. And over time, their temples were built and expanded upon into what we're about to see today. All right, so why don't we start? let's do this. Let's switch across to there first, and then hit play, and away we go.
In front of us now we have the gate for the Thai temple at the exit, and across the road, immediately across the road, we can see the Burmese temple. And since I know that I'll never get to Burma ever in my life, it's highly unlikely, we will take this opportunity to explore this beautiful temple. So it's called the Burmese Buddhist Temple, is all it says on the front gate there. And from this position, we get glimpses all the way along this street. It's quite a substantial site. And I had intended to get here earlier than this because of exactly this reason. Tourist buses unloading right now. Never mind. I'm sure we'll be fine. It's a large site. I'm sure they've spread out. And look, this is gorgeous. Look at that. It's so beautiful. It's so ornate. Hi. I'll have a look on the way out. Thank you. So the first thing that we come across is the actual name, which is important because it's not on the front gate. So it's the Dhammikkarama Burmese Buddhist Temple, founded on the 1st of August 1803. The temple was then known as Nandi Molo Burmese Temple. This place of public worship was purchased by Nonya Betong from George Layton for 390 Spanish dollars and donated to the temple. And we have a long hall or corridor with painted depictions along its length. I can already see that there's a large Buddhist depiction inside this hall across the way, but I'll come to that last. Let's explore more of the site first. Okay, so there's nice gardens here. With deer. Complete with deer. Let's have a look over this side first though. So we have a couple of elephants. And wow, look at this. Now, let me see if there's, oh yes, shoes off. Please take off your shoes. Maybe I missed something small like this at that first temple I went inside across the road. Okay, shoes off. And there's the lotus candle that we see in all of these temples. There's a lot of Christmassy lights being used here. Wow, look at this. So there are similarities. The painted doorways, or the ornate doorways, of course. There's the left-hand door. And the right-hand door. And then once we get inside, just going to stand here for a moment under the fan. I'm sorry, it's very hot and I'm very sweaty, and I'm taking advantage of this large fan right above my head. Okay. Is this okay? Is it okay to film? Yeah. Let me give you a donation. Just felt appropriate to leave a donation since I'm filming in their temple. Over there is a dining hall. And it looks like the dining takes place on the floor, maybe, or maybe there's table and floor. I'm not really sure. But it's the dining hall over there. What do you call the senior monk? Is that the correct term? I know nothing about Buddhism. So there are bowls here dedicated to different aspirations, I guess. Prosperity, happy marriage, higher education, and so forth. But the centerpiece in this hall is this lovely Buddha here with devotees on all sides. There's a shop in this hall selling candles, which is, I'm finding, typical of all the temples, and obviously goes towards fundraising for upkeep. There was a big donation box just over on my left where you could donate for gold leaf. And maintaining the gold leaf must be one hell of a job just in itself. And then there's, over here you can donate for a bottle of blessed water. And I don't know whether I should pick my shoes up. Am I going to be returning this way? I might just pick them up because I don't know if I come back this way or not. Alright, let's grab those shoes. Keep them with me. Okay, I just noticed that there's a stony path down here, so I wonder if that's some kind of a ritual. Here, look. Yeah, is that a ritual for the monks to walk along this stone-embedded path? It's possible. Okay, so if I exit through this door over here, one last look at the beautiful temple. Over here we can buy, I guess they're prayer beads. Is that right? Or they may not be, but that's just a guess. I think this might be fish food. It looks similar to what we were feeding the fish with in Ipoh. There's pendants with the stupa. And then there's the lotus candles, all for sale at this shop here. Okay. So the washing up sink has some rather elaborate looking vases. And then we have the lovely gardens here. Right in front of me is a kind of pagoda or shrine. Again, my apologies to anyone who does understand the Buddhist faith more than I do. I don't understand any of the rituals or the names of the relevant features of the site. But we're encouraged to take our shoes off again here, so I'll leave my shoes here. Okay, so there's a sign here, strictly prohibited from releasing of tortoises in this pond. Prior approval should be obtained before releasing of any fishes here, and suitable fish food is available at the shrine counter. Do not use bread or other food as they pollute the water and kill the fish. All good advice. Let's see what we've got here. Oh, okay. It's pretty shallow and there's some pretty big fish in here. Those ones over there look really big. Here we go, look at these ones. They're big fish. So I saw some ladies pitching coins and they're trying to get the coins into the cup over here. And I dare say some of them may have missed. So I don't know if someone goes in later and tries to get the coins out of the pond down here, but that's what they were trying to do, get coins into the cup. And the entities we have in this shrine, we have 3 figures here, which I'll get closer to and look at their faces in a moment. But this is what the roof looks like. And then like, can you imagine what this would be like in a wind? They're all little bells up there. So we have the center figurine, I assume is Buddha. Well, actually it says, no, I'm wrong. It says Arahant Kama is the first chief female disciple of the Buddha. She's especially noted for her great beauty and wisdom. The other 2 images are both Devas, heavenly maidens. There was a big splash in the pool just then. I don't know if that's argy-bargy or what, but there was a big splash in the pool just then. So these are heavenly maidens on either side of Arahant Kama. I will never remember that name, but there we go, that's a female Buddha. So I wasn't entirely wrong by thinking that there was a female Buddha. Again, as I said, I have little to no knowledge of Buddhism as a faith, but this temple is no doubt dedicated to her, Arahant Apagutta. And there's a tree in the way, so let me see if I can. Originally a small plank building was constructed on this site, and the new shrine was constructed in 1976, the image was consecrated in 1978. And this one says Arahant Savali was noted to be very fortunate in acquiring all the basic necessities wherever he went. He is the patron saint for good luck, happiness and prosperity. On the left of Arahant Savali is Yakaharaja, demon king, and on the right is Janika Yogi, meditator with supernatural power. So that's the demon king apparently. And, oh no, beg your pardon, on his left, that's the demon king. That makes more sense. Yes, that's far more demon looking, isn't it? So the first figure was meditator with supernatural power. Okay. So beyond, oh my goodness, this place just goes and goes further and further. I'm going to go over there and have a look over there before we head back to the front of the property where the main temple is. We are going to have a look over here. Now I've seen monks walking about, so there is a possibility that some of the buildings in this place are off limits. Wow, there seems to be like a residence over there, but below the residence is that spectacular sculpture, and then we have these figures here as well. So let's go take a look at those. Alright, so we do have some information. This is the legendary Garuda. Oh, I'm familiar with Garuda from Indonesian culture in Bali. And it says in the Buddhist text there are instances where the Buddha encountered with the Garuda. Thus the existence of this being is duly acknowledged by Buddhists. So that's the Garuda. And let me see if I can find out who this is. What it basically says here is the Golden Pagoda Bell Tower was officially declared open 2011. It occupies an area of approximately 9,000 square feet. Okay, so this is the bell tower. Golden Pagoda Bell Tower. We'll go and have a look in there in a moment. This is obviously monk residence, so we won't be going in there, but we have over here these dancing figurines. Let me see if I can see what that's about. And I'm barefoot and I need to go back and get my shoes again. Alright. It's two pussycats. Two pussycats. Hello there. It's alright, stay there. This is Kinara and Kinari. Kinara and Kanari. Can I get any more information about that? Couple human birds, it says. Two of the most beloved mythological characters are the benevolent half-human, half-bird creatures known as the Kinara and Kanari. Okay. I will try and enlarge that and straighten it later. If I can get a good image of it now. Alright, so let's have a look inside the bell tower. Wow. Okay. This is pretty gorgeous, completely different to Chinese temples and obviously Hindu temples. I need to try and straighten that image. I don't know if we're allowed up in the lift to see the bell, but we might give it a go. Look at the ceiling. Let me see if I can do a full pan up. Okay, and if I turn, once I reach the chandelier, it'd be helpful if I was standing under it. And turn this way, and we can go back down that way to the door. So I don't know if we're allowed up there. Are we allowed up there? Is it permitted? Well, the lift door is opening. There's no signs to say that we can't. Let's try 3. Let's see if we can go right up the top. I'll soon know if we're allowed up here or not. Okay. Okay, look. Oh my. Okay, so we have, it's called the Udakind Diva. Now I don't know if these are considered to be protectors or warriors. There's one on the other side of the doors. And the doors are also flanked by these golden umbrellas. So this one, the view is beautiful of the hills in the background in the distance. And that's in Malay, I believe, so, or it's just names, possibly it's just names. I can tell you that right now it is very hot, very hot. Standing out here, but we have this amazing stupa flanked on all 4 corners by these 4 what are being termed as golden umbrellas, and from here we can look down onto the full property, the site for the Burmese temple. I'm getting a breath of wind in my face. You can probably hear it across the microphone, but I don't care. It's keeping me lovely and cool right now. So there's a little waterfall down there, which I'm going to go and have a look at in a moment. We'll go down there, back down and have a look at the waterfall. Then we'll go across there and ultimately to the main temple at the front of the property. this is the extent of the property here. Okay, so I've got a little bit of better orientation now. I can see that's the pool where the fish were, and that's the main temple in the middle there. And then over there to the right is the golden stupa from the Thai Sleeping Buddha temple. The fourth bell is there. Now, if we go in this way, so it's not a bell tower in the traditional, oh yes it is, there's a bell up there. So I wonder when the bell gets used. Let's have a look, there's the bell. It's tied up at the moment, so it can't be rung when it's not meant to be. And then there's a list of donors for the main dome as well. Right, I'm going to go back and retrieve my shoes and head to another section of the temple property. Go back and try and find where I left my shoes. I think I do. It was near the fish pond, wasn't it? I think that's right. I've got to watch for those steps. I keep forgetting that they're there. So there's the Garuda from the side angle. Oh, hello, pussycat. Looks like he wants a belly rub. Are you a pregnant pussycat? Oh, looks like that might be a pregnant belly. Okay, so this building, I'm not sure what it is. It doesn't look like, it might be administration. There doesn't seem to be an awful lot going on in there. There's a dragon over here. Now, this spinning thing I think is a variation on what we've already seen, where the aim is to get the coin in the cup. I'm pretty sure I heard a clink from those 4 people that were trying to get the coin in. So we have monkeys up there on the rocks. This must be something to do with Buddha's journey. Okay, so all these bowls are labelled the same way as the ones we saw inside the temple, and there's turtles down here. Oh, that one's real. Look at this. Alright, are you going to go fishing, buddy? Did he get it? Oh, what a cool looking bird. Let's find out what that is. Alright, so let's go find my shoes. I thought that was another statue. It's a real person. I'm getting confused between my statues and my reality. Okay, time to find my shoes. I think I know where I left them. And if they're not there, then someone more needy than me has picked them up. Here we go. There they are. They're still where I left them. They're well worn after 2 months. These are the only shoes I have. Exploring Southeast Asia. They're starting to look a bit well trodden, well used. Okay, get those on. There. Right, so what else do we have here? There's still a lot to see on this site. So in the centre of this garden we have more statues, wading birds. I'm never sure what the dancing women represent. It might be just worshippers. But there's three of those. Plus a child. Let's see what this sign says. Oh, it's just about releasing of tortoises and fish, the same sort of thing that we've seen already. But there are tortoises in this pool, so obviously they just wish to keep control over the tortoises and their numbers. So we've got tortoises in here. And these look a lot happier than the tortoises that we saw in Ipoh. This looks like a much cleaner pond. There's fewer of them. And I think their breed is something to do with that red on the eye. I'll have to look it up again to be sure. Okay, so there's a stupa over here. Just want to try and get some great angles. There's just so many ways that you can look and frame this site, and they're all gorgeous. They're all beautiful. I like that with the palm trees in the background. Let's try and get the top of this. Another stupa. They're just, I mean, I don't understand the number and the placement, whether it's just whim or whether every single placement is meaningful and represents something particular. Is it a feng shui thing? Or the Burmese equivalent? I really don't know. Okay. Interesting with the modern buildings in the background as well. Right, so there's some big semi-relief murals on the back of this wall of the main temple, and then we'll finish up by actually entering the main temple. So let's have a look at what we have. So this first one has a couple with a hunter. And a waterfall. The second one is that a nobleman and possibly his attendants, and there's monkeys. And then in front we have this statue of two porters with a bell. This would be the Buddha with in a praying pose with the elephant. And then this is a globe, the world map, the world globe, and it shows where Burma is. So it's being supported by, I guess they're two Garudas. Is the elephant trunk normal for the Garuda? And antlers. So it's like a Garuda with an elephant trunk and antlers, which I think is a little odd. There's Burma up there. So here we are down here in Malaysia, in Penang, and Burma's just to the north of Thailand up there. And of course, here we are down here. Needs a bit of a paint. A few patches. All right. So I think we're ready to enter the main temple, which is just here. So let's get some sense of the scale before we enter. So we're standing outside and about half a metre, I guess, below the main floor. And this is what we see from this position. I will take my shoes off and we'll go inside. So the Burmese temple is flanked by two lions, slightly different to the way that the Chinese represent their lions. I don't see a cub, for instance, for the lion on the left, which is typical for the Chinese lions, with the female on the left and the male on the right. These, I can't tell, they look identical to me. So just wait for a truck to pass. So there's nothing to say that we can't film in here, just to take your shoes off, which I will do. Let's take a picture of the main hall first. So it's called the Sazana Vamsa Sima Shrine Hall. International Standing Buddha. Shoes off as we enter. Oh my goodness. And I suspect this is the only place I'm going to see this Buddha in full. The closer I get, we're just going to be able to see parts of the Buddha. But I'm looking at the carved ceiling as I go up. And as we pan down towards Buddha's feet, we take in the details of the robes. And finally the flowers and the candles. On either side, lining the walls, miniature depictions of the same Buddha. And then lining the back wall, we have a row of, we're not sure yet, Buddhas or disciples. My guess is possibly disciples. Let's see if there's any labeling at all that I can read. That one says Asmaya Sivarahata Mudra. I'm no wiser, so I will simply admire and not try to interpret. As we look up towards the miniatures, we can see dedications underneath. So once again, they appear to be dedicated to family, from family, they're personal. Here's another small shrine. And this time, just inside the doorway is a mirrored arch. So here we are once again in front of the main, what was termed the International Buddha. Okay. May I? These are beautiful sand paintings, Burmese sand paintings. They're just gorgeous. Look at that. So, may I? Yes. So this is the lady who. Do you paint these? You no? You're just selling them.
Burmese, yes,
You're selling them.
Yeah, it's the all Burmese artist drawing.
They are so beautiful. It's the
Yeah, they here to put the donation food. They bring here donation food.
for the food. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's the largest, all
Look at
different.
this.
And this one is multi. You can press also no problem.
It's beautiful.
They use the glue is very strong, so the sun never come out.
Isn't that gorgeous?
It's all different. It's all different.
Wow, I love that style. That style is lovely.
It's all different.
It's beautiful.
This is 9. This is 7.
Right.
And this is the black and white. Yes, black and white.
They are so lovely. Thank you so much for showing me those.
Yes, okay.
And there's 3 of them up on the wall there. I hope you sell lots of them. They're beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you.
Alright, so that was the absolutely amazing Burmese Buddhist temple. I just blown away by how incredibly ornate and detailed the whole site was. It was just beautiful. We get a glimpse here of one of the lions behind me, over my shoulder, and yeah, so thanks for joining me if you watched that. I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks a lot. Bye.
All right, so that was the Burmese temple. What did you think? Were you as blown away as I was? I thought it was extraordinary, and I'm so glad that I took the time to go and see it. It's actually not very far from us. I keep looking out through all the in between all the big buildings here to see if I can spot it from here, but there's just so many of them that it's hidden away behind there somewhere. It's about a 10-minute bus ride for us to get to those two temples. And yeah, definitely worth visiting. So what have we got coming up? Well, tomorrow I'm doing a YouTube premiere of that that video that didn't load for me the other day. I found out what the problem was. It takes when I do my video editing, I put it into a video editor, and it's lucky that I've got lots of extra time here in Malaysia or while we're traveling, because that one took 3 hours to render, and so I set it up. I set it up to do it, and then 2 hours in, we went out for the day, and I think my battery on my computer might have run down or something, because I don't like leaving the computer plugged into power. Of course, Jay. Of course, you screenshot the kitty. Um, so I think that I think what's happened is that the battery died, and I assumed, never assume, I assumed that the video had rendered because I could see a file there on my in my files, but turns out it hadn't fully rendered. So there we go. Lesson learned. Always triple check everything. Here I saw a file with a name on it and thought that I had it and didn't actually go back and check. Never mind. We see that tomorrow. I'm hoping to have. I'm almost finished editing the skywalk. Where I walk out onto the glass platform at 60 on the 60. That was the 68th floor that we did that of the tallest building in Penang. Went out onto the sky walk, out over the city, out over the road, and that's pretty thrilling stuff. And I also get tethered up and do the walk on the outside of the building, and that's a pretty adventurous as well. So I'm almost finished doing that. I should be able to schedule that for Wednesday, 3 days from now. And I'd like to have Penang Hill ready to share with you on Friday. Other than that, what are we doing? Tomorrow? No, not tomorrow. Tuesday. 2 days from now, we're going to hop on a bus and head over to the other side of the island, and there's the largest butterfly farm enclosure. I think they said at least in Malaysia, but it might also be in Southeast Asia. I can't remember all these stats. But butterfly farm on Tuesday, and of course I'll be recording that as well, because there's just too much uncertainty. I don't know what time I'll get there. I don't know how long I need to go through the place, and I also don't know what the signal's going to be like. I know that it's no good at the Royal Botanic Gardens, so why should I expect it to be any good out at the butterfly farm? So once again, I'll be doing a recording. I really like doing live tours. I like it because of the immediacy and the interaction with you guys, but also there's much more effort involved in bringing you a recording than there is in bringing you alive. So there's just so many pluses to it as well. But I don't want it to be substandard. I don't want it to be less quality. I'd rather bring you something of quality. Okay, so that's it for me for today. See you tomorrow if you're able to join me for the YouTube replay, the premiere. Otherwise, keep an eye out for the skywalk, the rainbow skywalk. I think I might be titling it something like Walking on Sunshine, something like that. But I'll come up with a title between now and then. Keep an eye out for it. Okay, thanks a lot, guys. And for anyone watching this later, if you haven't already and you're enjoying what I'm bringing to you, please subscribe to the channel, like the video. I'm trying to get up to 500 subscribers at the moment. I'm not too far off, but I'd really like to get those numbers up if I can. And as always as well, I'm very grateful for any generosity that you guys are able to show. Just you being here is a plus, but I'm grateful for your generosity as well. Thanks, everyone. See you again soon. Bye for now. Bye, Trish. Bye, Tish. Bye, Jay. Bye, everyone.